Yo. Welcome to my channel. I go by the name of Airic.
Don't ever say I wasn't there for you.
What's going on, family? Hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. So today we are going to talk about masturbation. Let's just get to the point. Let's get right to it. We don't have any time to waste. I'm not going to be talking about this topic, but there's a guy named Ruslan. He's going to be able to speak to us and give us some details on what to do and what not to do. Now, obviously, if you are not a follower of Christ, this is not for you. I'll say it again. If you are not a follower of Christ, this is not for you.
Well, I can't watch. Excuse me.
Scrawled in blood. What's it say?
But you're still going to get offended because that's just what people do. But anyways, let's get to the point. Masturbation. Huge issue. But again, we're going to go into details so we can talk about why it's a big issue. But I'll tell you one thing that the devil does not like is you getting honest on where you are so you can be able to change.
Seems sure to me.
Hey, don't say anything else, okay? Keep your mouth shut.
So I know a lot of you are asking a question on, do you struggle too with masturbation? The answer is, yes, I do. I do struggle with masturbation. I also struggle with anger. Yes, we're talking about the masturbation topic, but there's so many other things as followers of Christ that we struggle with. My struggle with masturbation may not be your struggle. You know, you may be struggling with maybe anger, fear, disgust, sadness. Remember that movie Inside Out? Absolutely true. Self-confidence, a lack of faith. But the thing is, we're all weak. We all fall short. We all struggle with something. So if you guys can do me a favor, man, I encourage you to just pray for your brother. If you want me to pray for you, please leave the prayers down in the comments so I can be able to get to them. If you're in the city of Las Vegas, Nevada, we can be able to meet up and even go on a prayer walk. But if you're outside of the city, if you have my contact information, just shoot me a phone call, man. Reach out to me if you already have my contact information. So you can be able to hop on the phone and just get to praying and get to chatting and building our relationship and get more honest, because I believe being honest is just progress to be able to get to where you are trying to get to. So do your best to not hold up this facade as if everything is going great in your life, because real can recognize real. God knows it all. And you're trying to hide certain things. Trust me, on that judgment day, you're going to wish you didn't. So stop trying to please man. Who cares what people think? Who cares what they say? The only opinion that matters is God's. Stay blessed, stay encouraged. Again, if you have any prayers, reach out to me so I can be able to get to them for you. Love you guys.
Keep it real. You guys wanted to go here. You guys wanted to go here, right?
Explicit.
I've shared that I haven't looked.
Ruslan.
Somebody asked my thoughts on masturbation. Oh gosh. Which context? Are we talking a married couple performing the act on each other? This is gonna get rated R. Masturbation. What are we talking about? Are we talking about a married couple performing the act on themselves? No, I don't think there's anything wrong with a married couple performing the act on themselves. Are we talking about a married couple doing the act to themselves while the other person watches? Y'all asked for this. You guys asked for this, okay? So a married couple, the act while someone else watches themselves, right? That's a thing. No, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Are we talking about a married couple? One couple is away on tour, and another couple is doing FaceTime activities. Use your imagination. One couple is doing FaceTime activity. The other couple is taking care of themselves. No, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I can keep going of scenarios where I don't think there's anything I think there's anything wrong with that. Now,
Ruslan.
I don't know the value, despite what some scientists may say. I don't know the value of a man or a woman, but a man specifically masturbating as a form of manual emission. I don't know the value of that. Okay, say hypothetically, let's just throw out a hypothetical scenario. Okay, listen. I warned you guys. Okay, I warned you guys.
Explicit.
Let's just say hypothetically, someone is single and they're not looking at porn. Okay, which let's keep it a buck. That's seldom. That's seldom does that happen. But let's just say, for the sake of this conversation, someone is single and they're not looking at porn, right? And they're masturbating they're just in a shower. Just throw that out there. I don't see the value in that. I don't see the point of that. Okay? It's like the equivalent of like, is it permissible for a couple to live together even if they're not fornicating before they're married? And I would say, I mean, I guess you could potentially find a loophole in that situation where, like we had a situation. I don't want to get into the particulars because the person might be watching it, but we had a situation where, there was someone I knew that was involved in ministry and they were actually living, or ex-elders. Anyway, someone didn't want them to live together. The ex-elder couple said, listen, we meet with this couple all the time. How about they live in separate rooms? They had a big property. They can live in separate rooms. Okay, boom. That's an exception to the rule. They were already not fornicating. They were in this weird transition. But okay, that's an exception to the rule. A couple lives on the same property, but they're living across the bill, right? Exception to the rule. Let's keep it a buck. The vast majority of people who are cohabitating are probably sexually immoral. Okay? And so you could find this one specific instance of a person who isn't and say, oh, see, look, I found it, right? But the vast majority of people who are cohabitating are probably not going to get married, or more likely to get divorced, right? And are there scenarios where like it may happen? Sure, there are, right? So with regards to masturbation, I would say I think it's the same. Is there the particular of someone somewhere giving themselves a release and they're not doing it in a lustful way? Is that possible? Sure, it's possible. Is that beneficial? Right? Is it a slippery slope? Is it going to create more problems? I think more than likely it is. And therefore, I probably wouldn't advise it. And I'm gonna keep it real. You guys wanted to go here. You guys wanted to go here, right?
Explicit.
I've shared that I haven't looked at pornography. I haven't done anything in years. But my wife just had a baby. We have a 5-month-old. Okay, guess what? In that months of time where we weren't being intimate because she just pushed out a human, I did not do that. I did not do that thinking of her in the shower. I did not do that. I just said, I'm a man. I could tough it out, right? And it was more than the 8 weeks. I know that much, right? And so, hey, man, sometimes you just got to man up and tough it out. Men, I think that's good. I think there is something to this whole like no fap thing. I don't know if it's scientific, but I think there's something to, we're going to wage war on our flesh through the Spirit. We're going to not view pornography because we know unanimously secular everyone is like, fam, not good. That's not good. We know that's not good, and then we know scripturally that's lustful, that's bad. So now can you find me this scenario where it's possible? Sure, you can, but I think it's an opportunity for you to exhibit the fruit of the Spirit. I think it's an opportunity for you to understand how to regulate your moods, opportunity for you to understand how to regulate your willpower, opportunity for you to process how it's going to be at some point when and if you do have children as a married couple, that your wife isn't just gonna be down to take care of you after she pushes out a human. So guess what? You're gonna probably go through a different season in your life where you're gonna have to go extended periods of time without a release. Why not master that while you're single? And if you're addicted, if you have sexual trauma, maybe you go to therapy and you master that situation now. So by the time your wife does have a baby, or however long that is, and you're not like, oh no, I'm right, and you fall apart and you jump right back into pornography, right? I think it's an opportunity to do that, right? I think it's an opportunity to do that. Not a popular answer. Some of you guys are looking for a way out. Some of you guys are like, tell me it's okay. Nah. I think it's an opportunity for you to grow in self-control. I think it's probably in your best interest to figure out how to not give into your sexual desires. And I think it's very difficult to make an argument that if you can do it without lusting, if you can do it without pornography, if you can do it crossing, the lust, porn threshold, I think it's very, very hard to justify that then doesn't become a recurring thing for you. And I think that we would say, well, yeah, you got to learn to control yourself, because at some point you're going to have to learn to control yourself. At some point, you know. So anyway, that's my thoughts on it.